Good evening and welcome to the Scott Northern Wake Campus Gym of Wake Tech in Raleigh, North Carolina for today's NJCAA Region 10 South Atlantic District D2 men's basketball semifinal clash between the top-seeded Davidson-Davie Storm and the 5-seed Central Carolina Cougars. I'm Jonathan Hudson and I'm glad to bring you tonight's game. Let's meet the Davidson-Davie Storm. They are 25-6 overall and 18-4 in NJCAA Region 10 play. They are an NJCAA powerhouse working toward their 7th straight and 10th overall Region 10 tournament championship. The Storm surged past 8-seed Guilford Tech 107-71 in yesterday's quarterfinal matchup. Freshman forward Tavion Tungiora from Swansboro NC had a good outing for the Storm and will look to be a factor tonight. Davidson-Davie built a commanding lead in the first half and did not look back as they were able to rout Guilford Tech 107-71. So that is Davidson-Davie now for Central Carolina Community College. They locked up the 5th seed, finishing the season at 16-12 overall and 14-8 in Region 10 play. The Cougars pulled off the lone upset of yesterday's quarterfinals, beating number 4 Fayetteville Tech 75-65. Fayetteville Tech led 39-32 at the half, but the Cougars mounted a comeback in the second half. A fast break basket from Janai Van Holten tied the game at 48 with 11:50 to go. The Cougars kept getting their lead as far as 6 points, but in the final minutes they were able to extend it to 8 and got the 75-65 victory to advance to tonight's first semifinal game. One of 2 games here tonight. Our second game is Bryant Stratton out of Virginia versus Catawba Valley Community College, so CVCC for short. But let's hear more about the leading scorers for both these sides and a big update. The first update is that sophomore forward and standout player, number 12, Makai Butler, suffered an injury in yesterday's game. We wish him the best, but he will not be playing here tonight for the Cougars. It's a big hit for them, but they have talent in the form of Janai Van Holten and Justin Brown. Those two will have to step up today. Van Holten averaging 11.4 points per game, 12 points in conference, and has 88 assists. Brown, 11 points per game, earned all-region honorable mention for the NJCAA Region 10, and is shooting 62.1% from the field and has a team high of 42 blocks. For Davidson-Davie, it's Nigel Howard. Howard averaging 14.5 points per game, 7.4 rebounds per game, earned first-team all-region honors. So we'll see how Nigel Howard can contribute today for the Storm. Let's get into our keys to the game, presented by me/Wake Tech. Our keys to the game here between keys to the game. First key to the game is shot selection. Which team can find more success, find some good shots, be it the mid-range or the 3. If you're on fire from 3, you're on fire from beyond the arc, keep shooting. If you're not, find some inside play. Second's going to be rebounding. Both these teams have size and length at multiple positions, so which team can find success on the glass? And finally, limit turnovers. It's key in a lot of games, specifically any game, you just don't want to give free opportunities. So limit the turnovers. Which team can win the turnover battle and create points off of turnovers? Let's go into the history between these two teams. The season split for both these sides. Central Carolina won the first matchup 77-63. Henson and Butler led the Cougars to the win with 19 points each. Davidson-Davie won the late season clash 70-69. Dane Stewart propelled the Storm to the win, putting up 17 points. Dre Huff added 16 points. So that's your pregame here. We are 5 minutes away from the start of the first semifinal game of the NJCAA Region 10 South Atlantic District D2 men's basketball clash between Davidson-Davie Storm and the number 5 seed Central Carolina Cougars. I'm Jonathan Hudson. We'll take a break, go to our PA announcer, and for the starting lineups and anthem, and be right back here with the start of the game. After that, stay tuned. Welcome back here where you just heard the anthem. The starters from PA announcer Tom Slater did a fantastic job with that. And we're back. We're ready to get this one underway. Here at the North Campus Gym of Wake Tech. Davidson-Davie Storm in white, Central Carolina in blue, and the Cougars control the tip. Swing it over to Albright. Albright swings it. Brown. Brown thought about it, got inside. Nice work down low and a quick basket for Alan Griffin. Davidson-Davie trying to defend their NJCAA Region 10 tournament title. The early three falls for Nigel Howard. Far side, you see Griffin with it. Griffin looking for help, hands it off to Van Holten. Van Holten kick. The three from the corner doesn't go. That was Bowman trying to connect from the baseline. Rebound falls to Howard. Howard gets it to KT Tatum. Wilkerson on the elbow inside. Tungiora. Tungiora. Spin move in the paint for two. Albright gets it up top to Van Holten. Van Holten back to Reed Albright. Albright thought about going to the lane, instead dished it out. 10 to shoot. It's Griffin. Griffin spinning in the lane, goes up, can't get it to go. Tough shot. A lot of traffic. Ball squirts out to the top of the key. And Central Carolina gets back to it. Then you had Brown with the attempt. Brown couldn't get it, and then we have a foul on the play against the Storm. Tavion Tungiora picks up his first. That sends Alan Griffin to the line. Griffin missed the first. Alan Griffin with the tail end of the free throws coming here. Early lead for the Storm, courtesy of the three-pointer, and that's going to be a lane violation against the Cougars, so that shot won't count. 5-2, our score will remain. You see KT Tatum to bring it up the floor. Tatum swings it over. Tungiora. Back to Howard. Nigel Howard gets it over to Wilkerson. Wilkerson at the elbow with 13 to shoot. Elevates. Another kick it back out. Howard, extra step, shot it, and hit it. Nigel Howard with a great jumper. A long one. 4-2. Henson swings it. Brown thought about the three. Instead, we'll get it back to Henson. Henson takes a long two. Can he answer? No, that one's short. Board collected by Dane Stewart. Defensive NJCAA Region 10 Player of the Year. Is he hot? He's not. That one doesn't quite go as it rolls off the rim. Heat check for Howard. Brown looking for the traffic to subside. Now it's Henson. Henson back to Albright. Albright in down low. Kick out. Three for Henson. That one rattles out. Last touch there by Griffin, and Henson wanted that three-pointer back. He wanted that one to go. The Central Carolina Cougars are coached by Brad McDougall, in his fourth season as a head coach. And the other side, you have the Storm, coached by Matt Rage in his 19th season. Stewart thought about three, got into Tungiora. Tungiora rolled it in. This is what the Storm did yesterday. against Guilford Tech. Was get out to an early lead and didn't let up on the gas pedal. The short jumper doesn't fall for Brown. Tatum will take it the other way. Tatum to Howard. Howard back out to Tatum. Wilkerson will give it up inside. Tungiora immediately double teamed. Now they kick it out. Wilkerson going down the lane and can't finish the tough layup. It's Henson who will bring it the other way for the Cougars. Gets into Griffin. Griffin trying to evade two defenders. He does. Puts it up. It was knocked out of bounds. Last touched by Griffin, and that will be Storm ball after the timeout. We got a full timeout. And we'll take the timeout with them. 9-2. The Storm working on defending their title. Central Carolina trying to play spoiler. Storm up 9-2. Early stages of this NJCAA Region 10 tournament semifinal. We'll be right back with more basketball action after the timeout. Stay tuned. Welcome back here. Our score 9-2 in favor of Davidson-Davie over Central Carolina. In the game for Davidson-Davie is Dre Huff, a freshman guard out of Greenville, South Carolina. They get into Tungiora. Tungiora kicks it back out to Wilkerson. Wilkerson, extra pass, Stewart. Stewart over to Huff. Huff back to Stewart. Huff will orchestrate with 5 to shoot. Dre Huff darting in the lane, kicks it out. The three from Stewart doesn't go. Wilkerson couldn't get a three to go. Nifty rebound there from Alan Griffin as he hit the floor, but he got it back. Albright takes it the other way for the Cougars, and he's fouled up top by Wilkerson. Wilkerson gets tagged for the infraction. Albright loses it. Good steal there from Wilkerson, trying to make up for the foul. The lob, and he couldn't throw it down. Stewart, high flying, but he couldn't quite get the jam to go. Would have saw that tomorrow on SportsCenter Top 10 if he had made that one. At the end of all that, it's just a turnover. So Central Carolina will get another possession. They really need some offensive momentum. They haven't been able to find it so far. You see Jaden Best. Rather, Brown. Brown gets it back over to Griffin. Griffin surveying with 10 to shoot. Screen and go from Brown. He goes up and he's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. Stewart picked up the foul. Brown makes the first. He's shooting 62.1% this season, 59.7% in conference play from the charity stripe. We get a sub for Central Carolina before the next free throw for Justin Brown. It's number 3, BJ Temple in the game. Brown makes a second. Now the Cougars press. The Storm able to break it. It's going to be a foul there as Wilkerson went hard in the paint and got bumped. I'm going to say Wilkerson was in the act of shooting, so he'll go to the line. Shoot 2. Wilkerson off the mark on the first. Wilkerson makes a second. A 6-point lead for Davidson-Davie, the top seed trying to defend their Region 10 tournament title. They're up 10-4 with 14 to play in this first half. Cougars just need to get something going offensively. Driving the baseline, kicking it is Temple. Temple over the 3 for Van Holten. Too strong. Offensive board, though, is collected by Jeremiah Henson. Henson gets it over to Brown. Justin Brown surveying. Kicks it over. Temple. Temple 6 to shoot. BJ Temple slicing in the lane. 3 to shoot. The 3 at the buzzer doesn't go for Henson. The rebound, that's Connell Lowry with the board for the Storm. The other way, it's 2 points for Dane Stewart. He took that one to the basket with authority. Strong, confident play from Dane Stewart. Sophomore guard out of Morrisville, North Carolina. Henson driving, pop, stop, jumper. That one rolled in and out. Rebounds Howard. Howard looking for help. Gets it over to Lowry. Dre Huff with some fancy dribbling. Now he cuts in, puts it up, and is fouled by Allen Griffin, so he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Huff quick on the first one. That one doesn't go. Huff usually a phenomenal free throw shooter at 87.8% this season coming into this tournament. 72 of 82. Again, the big story coming into this game was Makai Butler, sophomore forward, star standout, NJCAA Player of the Year. Got injured in the quarterfinals yesterday, so we're wishing him a speedy recovery. But he's not in this game, and that changes the complexion of the game. Huff was able to rattle the second one home. 13-4, Davidson-Davie leads. Nice spin move, Brown puts it up. That one's too strong. Hops off the rim and out. KT Tatum gets the ball down low. Nice pass inside, and Tungiora slams it home. That brings the crowd to life. Van Holten escapes, puts it up, tough shot, and is fouled. Seems like you have 2 defenders in white jerseys trying to get up in his face. Too much contact, that's the foul, so it will be Janai Van Holten, the sophomore guard, 6'3", from Bronx, New York, who will go to the line after the timeout. We'll take the timeout with him, 15-4. The lead for Davidson-Davie is 11 with 11:59 to go. Davidson-Davie leads Central Carolina 15-4. Stay tuned for more NJCAA Region 10 tournament semifinal action after this quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Here our score 15-4 in favor of the top seed, Davidson-Davie Community College. And we got some stats courtesy of Brett Rutherford, so thank you to Brett for that. And we'll go over our stats. So we have free throws from Janai Van Holten. Janai Van Holten looking for his first points of the evening here. And he hits that one for his first point of the evening. The two scorers for Central Carolina so far, Alan Griffin and Justin Brown with 2 points each. For Davidson-Davie, it's Tungiora with 6 points leading the way. Rebound by Chris Whitaker in the game for the first time for Central Carolina. Van Holten has 8 to shoot. Janai Van Holten goes in. Had taken away a good defensive play from Huff. He goes up and lays it in for 2. The Storm turning defense into offense in this one, as they're going to get a foul there, an offensive foul against Central Carolina, and it will be the Storm ball. Head coach Matt Ridge in his 19th season orchestrating the bench, orchestrating the team, giving directions both on and off court here. He's made a name for himself in the NJCAA Region 10, that's for sure. The kick out, Tatum over to Howard. Howard spinning, puts it up. Can't get that one to go down. Board goes to Justin Brown for Central Carolina. Chris Whitaker trying to get it, and we have a foul there against the Storm. Tavion Tungiora picking up his second foul there. Off the ball. It's a tough one. In the game for the first time for Central Carolina is number 34, Jacoby Smith, sophomore forward for the Cougars. Quanti Bowman had it up top, passed it out. Now it's Smith. Smith denied by Stewart. Down the lane all the way, and a nifty layup is good. No. We're going to have no basket. Offensive goaltending against the Cougars. That's unfortunate because Jeremiah Henson did everything to make that acrobatic layup go down. Teammate a little eager to try to make sure that one went home. Jaden Best back in the game for Central Carolina. Nice pass and an alley-oop. Welcome to the game there. That is Connell Lowry. Backdoor cut, slam it home. Give it to him. Makes it 19-5. The 3 on the other end. Too strong. Offensive board falls to Smith. Smith down low, puts it up, and is fouled. Great job on the missed shot by Bowman for Jacoby Smith to corral it, and he's going to go to the line for 2. But wow, a dunk from Connell Lowry. Lowry said, guess what, guys? I'm here in this game. Smith gets the friendly roll for the Cougars. Jacoby Smith makes them both at the charity stripe. (19-7) lead for the Storm. Huff thought about a 3, will kick it to Stewart. Stewart back to Huff. Huff back to Dane Stewart. Dane Stewart driving in. Couldn't quite get it to go, and is fouled. Contact in the lane. Chris Whitaker draws the infraction for Central Carolina. Stewart will head to the line to shoot 2. Dane Stewart, second team All-Region honors for Region 10 play as he makes the first free throw. Dane Stewart, 71.3% from the line this season. Got the announcer's drinks there. Is that one too strong? Rebound falling to Whitaker. Whitaker gets it over to Henson. Henson will start the offensive possession for the Cougars. And Henson is fouled by Stewart up top. A lot of these ticky-tacky fouls up top, not in forms of the referees, but in forms of the players. They're trying to defend at a high level, but getting a little close in their defending for the Storm. And that's drawing these unnecessary fouls. If you want to foul, you want to foul on a shot, on an attempt to score, not someone that far away from the hoop. Henson to shoot the 1-and-1. Made the first, gets another one. Just trying to chip away at the 20-8 deficit that Central Carolina faces as a 5 seed coming into this one. Again, Central Carolina, the only one to pull an upset yesterday, beat Fayetteville Tech. Fayetteville Tech, the 4 seed. As Henson rolls them both in. Jaden Best will take a breather for the Cougars. Justin Brown back in the game for Central Carolina. Howard has it for the Storm. Howard swings it over. The 3 from Wilkerson doesn't go. Rebound falls to the Cougars. Henson got his defender on the floor, took the 3 and nailed it. The bench loved that 3 from Henson. Tatum gets it over to Temple. Flippin takes the 3. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by the Cougars. They take it the other way with speed. The floater falls for Henson. He's starting to feel it. Trying to encourage his team. The 3 on the other end is hit by Lowry. Lowry with an answer from the baseline. 23-14 our score. 8:08 and counting. Henson trying to do a little too much maybe. Passes it off. Extra pass. Another one. The 3 doesn't go for Bowman. Wilkerson over to Tatum. Tatum has Howard in the middle. Will find him. Howard fouled. And that will bring us to immediate timeout. We'll take a minute to go over our officials for tonight. We have Arlington Jones, Davis Durrett, and Luke Gratchwitz. Our 3 officials officiating tonight's contest. So we'll take the media timeout with them. Our score at the under 8 media timeout, 23-14 in favor of Davidson-Davie over Central Carolina. Stay tuned for more NJCAA Region 10 tournament action. After this, we'll be right back. Welcome back here to our first semifinal matchup in the NJCAA Region 10 tournament here between Davidson-Davie and Central Carolina. Davidson-Davie jumped out to an early lead, and they have not relinquished it. Jeremiah Henson for Central Carolina got a little bit of a spark for the Cougars with a 5-point stretch, but the Storm responding. Lowry now. Lowry over to Howard. Howard with a strong two-pointer. He connects. Henson. Henson at the elbow gets a screen from Brown. Brown to Henson. Henson cutting into the lane, puts it up, lost it, and is fouled. Cam Flippin with the foul. That sends Henson to the line. That was Flippin's first. As Henson true on the first one. One more coming for Jeremiah Henson. Henson makes them both. That's where Central Carolina is scoring. They're scoring from the charity stripe via the 8th foul from Davidson-Davie. Wilkerson thought about the alley-oop to Lowry. Lowry wasn't in position. Wilkerson swings it over. Huff takes a long three. That one bounces off the rim and out. Rebounded by Smith. Smith will get it over to Van Holten. Van Holten probing, trying to get inside the paint. Couldn't. Swings it over to Henson. Henson dribbles it back out. Henson trying to get a screen from Brown. Instead will go the other way. And a charge drawn by Huff. Henson picks up the foul after the charge is drawn by Dre Huff. Huff with the ball now. Huff gets it over down low. It's Lowry. Lowry had space. Lowry converts the layup with three people on top of him. Good job by Lowry there to just be patient, find the lane, and make the layup. Lowry gets the lead back up to 11, 27-16. Can the Cougars respond? In the lane, turnover. Stolen away. Huff. Huff goes up with it and is fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot two after the blocking infraction. Jacoby Smith draws the foul. Or is tagged with the foul, drawn by Huff. Huff will go to the line to shoot two. Huff makes the first. KT Tatum back in the game for the Storm. Huff with one more at the line. Huff makes them both 29-16. In favor of the Storm. They're trying to defend their NJCAA Region 10 title. They're playing at a high level here today and yesterday. Yesterday they put up 107 points. And today they jumped out to an early lead and they've just been able to hit shots. Another turnover there for Central Carolina. Gives the Storm an opportunity. Huff. Huff couldn't get past his defender. He'll have another opportunity. Kicks it out. The three goes for Flippin. Yeah, the Storm shooting 60% before the under 12 timeout from the floor. And we have a block against Stewart. Rather, Tatum with the block called on him. That will send Janai Van Holten to the line. Quante Bowman back in the game for the Cougars. Jalen Wilkerson checking back in for the Storm. Just over 5 minutes here in the first half. 32-16 in favor of Davidson-Davie, the top seed. It's Van Holten waiting for all the subs to subside for him to take the 1-1. Van Holten not fazed by the substitutions. He makes the first. Van Holten makes them both. 32-18 in favor of the Storm. They have the ball. You see Cam Flippin with it. Flippin orchestrating. Hands it off the three from Lowry at the corner. He nailed it. Brown thought about responding with a straightaway triple, instead gives it up. Brown over to Henson. Henson down low. As that's Bowman who collected contact with a strong move in the baseline. Flippin picks up his second foul. Bowman with 2 shots at the charity stripe. He makes the first. Bowman with another one. And he makes them both. Matt Ridge with a conversation with the refs at that those free throws. Trying to get an explanation on the calls, I would guess. Huff denied early entry, but it'll go down the lane. Strong pass over. The jumper from Flippin doesn't go. The rebound will go. It will not go. That's going to be over the back against Nigel Howard. And that will send Central Carolina back to their friendly confines of the charity stripe, and it will send Bowman back there as well. So Bowman to shoot for Central Carolina. Quante Bowman from Roxborough, North Carolina. He's a 6'2" freshman guard. Adrian Mays in the game for the first time for the Storm as Bowman makes them both. The lead 13, but the free throw line helping out the Cougars. Huff Wilkerson. Huff will take the three and hit it from straight away. Every time Central Carolina does something to cut into the lead, the Storm responds with the three or a tough basket. That's kind of been the script all night so far. Bowman elevates to the teardrop and hits it. Huff over to Flippin. Flippin gets it. Lowry in trouble, double team. Passes out of it. The jumper can't get it to roll home. That was Mays. Board collected by the Cougars. Passing it out. Albright thought about it, drove the lane, had it stolen away. It's Huff. Huff the other way. Huff all the way. It's mugged. And he will go to the line to shoot 2. The referees are going to discuss that one. 38-24. Checking into the game for Davidson-Davie after this stoppage, timeout, whatever we're going to end up calling this one. The officials are sorting things out over with the scores table. But checking in after all this will be number 34, Dylan Kaus. Kaus, a sophomore forward, 6'8", from Apex, North Carolina, attended Grace Christian School. Flagrant run foul. So the common foul upgraded to a flagrant 1. So that will be what we have after the timeout. Is free throws and the ball for Davidson-Davie. They're up 38-24 with 2:56 left in the first half. We'll be right back after the timeout with more action after this. Stay tuned. Welcome back here. So the foul on Huff as he was trying to go hard to the basket was upgraded to a flagrant 1 during that stoppage. So Huff with the initial free throw, he makes it. It's a very quick, nonchalant free throw form he has, but Huff making it work. It goes in the basket, it goes in the basket. So we're just trying to get 20 seconds on the shot clock. All that to get a sub in. That was KT Tatum back in the game for the Storm. Another successful free throw from Dre Huff. Tatum has to stay in because he subbed for the free throw. Wilkerson waiting at the scorer's table. Head coach Matt Ridge working strings over there trying to get all his subs in. Can't blame him. Tatum gets into flipping. Drives all the way, puts it up a little short on the layup in close. Now transition Albright. Albright over inside, a nice layup there for Van Holten. Tatum gets it over to Lowry. Lowry back to Huff. The Cougars trying to trap. Good steal there from Brown. Brown gets it over and up and in. No charge. Drawn by KT Tatum. That was Van Holten trying to find space. Tatum drawing contact for a purpose there. Shout out to our crew here at Wake Tech, bringing you the NJCAA Region 10 D2 men's basketball tournament this year. Wake Tech doing a great job at the scores table. It all is an awesome crew. I'm glad to be a part of it here as well. Lowry kicks it over down low. Stuffed. And we have a jump ball. It's Albright trying to dislodge it from Adrian Mays. So the ball will stay with the Storm. Lee Wilkerson to inbound it with 2:09 to go. 40-26 in favor of the Storm, the top seed in this one. Looking to defend their title. That shot short but fouled. That was Huff trying to score, and Bowman denying that, but he gets ticketed with the infraction. Huff to shoot 2 for the Storm and extend their lead. Makes the first one. We'll get the stats at the half, but I will be interested to see where Dre Huff's free throws percentage is at for the game as he makes them both. That's just a really, really nice form at the charity stripe for Dre Huff. Albright on the other end for the Cougars. Albright over to Henson. Henson passed it into the stands, tipped out of bounds by Huff. Van Holten. Van Holten 10 to shoot. Goes in the lane, kicks it out. Albright for the 3. He nails it. Now the trap from Central Carolina. That one almost corralled by Albright. Instead, it's Wilkerson the other way. Kicks it out to Huff. Huff will slow it down with 1:22 to play in this first half. Davidson-Davie up 42-29. They get it down low. That's Adrian Mays, who did everything but score on that one, but he'll go to the line for a chance at 2. Justin Brown picks up his second. Mays strong on the first one. Adrian Mays, 78.6% from the free throw line this season. That's a team leading percentage. Makes the second. (43-29), semifinal game 1 action here on the North Campus of Wake Tech for the NJCAA Region 10 D2 tournament, and a 3 on the other end. That's Jacoby Smith with some string music from the elbow. Lowry slicing, dicing in the lane, puts it up and gets the friendly roll for 2. The pace just went up a notch for both sides. The 3 again, that one too strong. Smith a little bit of a heat check. Huff steps into a 3, but there's a timeout called before the 3 by head coach Matt Ridge. Matt Ridge wants 30 seconds to talk to his players. Again, Davidson-Davie entering this tournament working toward their 7th straight NJCAA Region 10 tournament title. Yes, you heard that, 7th straight and 10th overall for their tournament title. Again, they won 107-71 over Guilford Tech. Central Carolina, the 5th seed, beat Fayetteville Tech 75-65 in the quarterfinals to get to this one. I'll be interested to look at the stats, but it's been shot making on both ends. It's just more consistent for the Storm in this one. That's why they have the lead. They also got everything rolling, got their offensive momentum rolling earlier in the first half. Then Central Carolina was able to kind of figure their way out into their offensive sets. 45-32, 20 seconds to go in this first half. You see Dre Huff with it up top. Dre Huff being guarded by Henson. Huff with 10. Huff will just wait to make his move. 8. Dre Huff, 6 to go. Huff keeping his dribble, puts it up. Awkward shot. That'll do it. Shot clock violation with 1.2. Terrific defense there from Jeremiah Henson. Andre Huff. They get the clock back to 2.7 seconds. 2.7 for the Cougars. The shot is a buzzer off the mark from Janai Van Holten, and that'll be it. That's the end of one here. 45-32, Davidson-Davie leads 5 seed Central Carolina. A commanding lead for the Storm, and they did it mostly in the first 5 minutes, so they kind of jumped out to a big lead. I believe it's 9-2, and they kind of extended it from there. And again, they just made shots. They haven't had many empty trips down the floor, whereas Central Carolina's had a fair amount of empty trips. Good defense on both sides. Just a good game here so far. Davidson-Davie leads Central Carolina 45-32. We're about to get our stats, so we'll talk over some of those. Thank you very much, Brett. So we'll talk over our stats at the half here. Leading scorer for Central Carolina is Jeremiah Henson. For Davidson-Davie, it's Dre Huff and Connor Lowry, all with 12 points. So we'll go over more stats after halftime. We have a 14-minute break. We'll take that break and stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back here to our first semifinal game of the NJCAA Region 10 tournament between Davidson-Davie and Central Carolina. Davidson-Davie leads 45-32 after the first half. Some first half stats. The Storm scored 13 points off of 8 turnovers from Central Carolina. Central Carolina shot 7 of 20 from the floor, while the Storm shot 15 of 27 in that first half. From the charity from deep, it was 3 3-pointers for the Cougars, 5 for the Storm. Charity stripe was 15 of 18 in favor of the Cougars. They got to the line a lot in that first half. And we get an immediate stoppage to try to fix a clock issue. Free throws, 10 of 14 for the Storm in that first half. Dre Huff alone went 7 of 8 from the charity stripe en route to 12 points. Hunter Lowry had 12 points. He went 2 of 2 from deep. Cougars ball to open up the second half. Kicks it out. Nice move in the lane and scoring. That's Reed Albright for 2. Back in the game, slams it home. Room service for Tavion Tungiora. Tungiora sat with some foul trouble in that first half, but just said, hello, I'm back. Dane Stewart just picked up his third away from the ball. Strong move in the paint from Griffin, but Griffin couldn't get the fall. Corralled by Howard. Howard kicks it over to Tatum. Tatum back to Stewart. Dane Stewart, sophomore guard. Tungiora. Stewart with 10 to shoot. Dane Stewart all the way. Got hacked. Down low by Alan Griffin. Griffin picks up his third. That will send Stewart to the line to shoot 2. Dane Stewart, 12.5 points per game entering this tournament, 4.3 rebounds per game. Second team all-region. And leads the team defensively with 59 steals. Stewart makes a second. 48-34 lead for the Storm. Driving in the kick to Griffin. Griffin over to Albright. Down low, now you see Bowman. Bowman swings it back. Albright, 7 to shoot, lost the handle, and is fouled. Wilkerson drew the foul committed the foul for the Storm. Checking back into the game for the Cougars. It's number 1, Jeremiah Henson. Henson back in the game. The Cougars get it in. Albright looking for space. Ditched one defender, and we're going to get a moving screen there against Alan Griffin. So that's a foul. Griffin picked up his 4th. That's a tough one to pick up there. Griffin with 4. You imagine he'll take a seat at the next stoppage. Stewart over to Howard. Howard, a quiet game here so far. But hasn't really needed to make an impact. Another foul here. That one goes against Chris Whitaker. As Griffin will head to the bench in foul trouble, that brings in Jacoby Smith back in. Tungiora just using his size and ability down low. Gets his own rebound. Tungiora back up, second chance. No. Third chance, and he's fouled. There's not much you can do there if you're Central Carolina. Jalen Wilkerson picks up his third foul. Foul on the floor. Rather, Chris Whitaker picks up his third foul on the floor. Wilkerson got the ball in for the Storm. Storm gets it out. Tungiora back out. Stewart for three. Can't connect. Board falls to Albright. Referee's conferring on that foul. Tavion Tungiora picked up a foul there, so he heads to the bench. 48-34, Davidson-Davie leading Central Carolina. Early stages, second half of this NJCAA Region 10 semifinal, and that's a nice basket there up off the window from Van Holten. Tatum steps into a long jumper and hits it. Albright on the other end. Swung it over to Henson. Henson dishes it off to Whitaker. Whitaker back up top to Albright. Albright over to Van Holten. Van Holten, 12 to shoot. Van Holten has Smith in the corner. Instead will dribble the other way. The three does not fall for Henson. It's a little short. Tatum over to Wilkerson. Wilkerson, Stewart, extra pass, Lowry spins in the lane. High pass. Now they swing it around. 17 to shoot for the Storm. It'll be Tatum. Tatum to Howard. Howard steps into a long two. Howard connects. And that's Van Holten with an answer for the Cougars. Janai Van Holten gets the deficit back to 14. So we have an official timeout here. 52-38, Davidson-Davie up by 14 over Central Carolina on their way to try to punch their ticket to the championship game. Tomorrow at 1, we'll be right back with more NJCAA Division II men's basketball tournament action after this. Stay tuned. Welcome back here. We're at Storm basketball. They're ahead 52-38 over the Cougars of Central Carolina with 15:58 to go in the second half. If you're Central Carolina, you just need to string together stops and successful trips down the floor. It's kind of the formula to get back into this one. Down low pass from Huff to Lowry. Lowry, last touch was the last one to touch it, so it's out of bounds. That brings us to another timeout. Let's go over some stats here while we got a minute. Our leading scorers at the break, the leading scorers for Central Carolina, we have number one Jeremiah Henson with 9 points. He went 4 for 4 from the charity stripe, 2 of 6 from the floor, and made a 3 en route to 9 points in the first half. And then Quante Bowman had 6 points. He also went 4 for 4 from the charity stripe and went 1 for 4 from the floor. Justin Brown played 17 minutes in that first half, scored a bucket. And you had Jacoby Smith and Janai Van Holten with 5 points. 27% from 3 for the Cougars. On the other side, 50% from 3 for the Storm at 5 of 10 in that first half. Storm led by Huff and Lowry with 12 points each in that first frame. So that's a little bit of a stats breakdown for you. Points in the paint. Big advantage to Davidson-Davie with 16 points in the paint to Central Carolina 6 in that first half. 28 points off the bench for Davidson-Davie. A little bit of a stats timeout there. Hope you enjoyed that. We're back here. It is Henson with the basketball for the Cougars. Henson and the Cougars need to find something quickly. Still plenty of time in this one. You just want to get your momentum on the right side. Down low, Van Holten couldn't connect. They get it over to Chris Bell. Now the 2 goes for Chris Whitaker. Both Chris's on the floor. Chris Bell on the floor for the first time for the Cougars. He's a freshman guard, number 44. Lowry over to Huff. Huff gets it back to Howard. Howard swings it. Jalen Wilkerson back to Lowry. Tatum with 8 to shoot. Tatum, Howard steps into a 3. That one too strong. Ricochet is off the iron and out. Rebound goes to Albright. Albright. Over to Van Holten in the corner. Van Holten to Chris Bell. Chris Bell at the elbow. Chris Bell trying to go into the chest of Wilkerson. Continues. Picks up his dribble, kicks it out. It's stolen away by Huff. Dre Huff will take it the other way. Dre Huff coast to coast, kicked it one last time. Lowry baseline. Lowry puts it up and is fouled. Tatum wanted it on the wing for a 3, but Lowry will go to the line to shoot 2. Chris Whitaker committed the foul. Drawn by Lowry. Lowry goes to the line for 2. Makes the first. Connell Lowry, a sophomore guard, 6'4", out of Huntersville, North Carolina. He went to Community School of Davidson, and he also went to Cape Fear Community College. So that was his last stop, was Cape Fear Community College, before coming here to Davidson-Davie, the powerhouse of the Storm. Lowry missed the second one. Good rebound there from Chris Bell, and he'll take it the other way for the Cougars. Bell swings it over to Whitaker. Whitaker back to Henson. Henson with 12 to shoot. Henson will dart in the lane. Extra pass. Van Holten can't get the jumper to go. Rebound is Tungiora. Tungiora with foul trouble. Hasn't played as much in this game as he probably would have liked to. He had the emphatic slam when he checked back in the first time or the second time in this game. So he's back on the floor. Has the ball now. Gets it back to Huff. Huff, Lowry, Tatum. They get it inside, and a nice layup there from Tungiora. $55-40. The lead is 15 for the Storm. On their way to punching a ticket to the championship game tomorrow at 1, but Central Carolina Cougars have something to say about that. Still have 13 minutes to work on a comeback. Van Holten with the three. He nails the step back triple. Tatum to Lowry. Tungiora. Lowry had it rejected at the rim by Van Holten. Turnover on the other side. Lowry elevates, couldn't slam it in. Short on the dunk. Now the other end, nice extra pass, and the layup is good from Van Holten. Extra pass from Henson. Don't look now, it's only 10. 55-45. Huff kicked it, Wilkerson three. In and out. Rebound falls to Bell. Bell over to Albright. Albright kicks it to the three for Henson. Got it in one! Jeremiah Henson. Foul on the three. He'll have a chance at 4 points after the timeout. What a shot. Talk about comebacks. You need something in a comeback that sparks the whole team. That sparked the whole bench. Trey Huff committed the foul there.
3-point basket will count. Timeout on the court.
So we will have a chance at 4 points after this timeout. Don't blink, folks. The deficit is only 7 with a free throw coming for Central Carolina. If you're head coach Brad McDougal in his 4th season, you're loving this. We'll be right back with the free throw after this 7-point game. Stay tuned. Jeremiah Henson at the line for the 4-point play. He did the hard part, made the corner three through contact. Can he complete the 4-point play and continue to put a dent in the lead? But a lane violation against Jacoby Smith is going to erase the opportunity for a 4-point play. We got stats. I like getting stats. That's a fun new element to this here today. Tatum brings it up. We'll go over stats next time out. We have a chance. The pass inside. Tungiora couldn't hold on to it. It's tipped out of bounds by Albright. And possession will stay with the Storm. That pass tipped away. Albright going the other way. A 3-on-1 for the Cougars. As Henson was fouled. Stewart picks up his fourth. So Stewart's at 4. Tungiora at 3 or 4. Foul trouble aplenty for the Storm. Henson at the line. Makes the first. Jeremiah Henson, the conductor of this comeback so far for Central Carolina. This one will make it a 5-point deficit. At one point it was 15. And he makes them both. 5-point game here, folks. 55-50 in favor of Davidson-Davie. Still haven't relinquished the lead, but the momentum on the side of the Central Carolina Cougars. Trying to do what no team's been able to do in 6 Division II NJCAA Region 10 South Atlantic tournaments. Knock off the Giant. Tungiora trying to do everything he can in the lane. He's fouled. Believe it's going to go against Whitaker.
Foul on the Cougars. Number 23. Friction, number 24, Justin Brown. That's his third.
Justin Brown picks up his third. Tungiora misses that one. It's a pressure-filled moment here. Tungiora missed them both, but a great rebound there from Cam Flippin. Flippin gets to the Tatum. Tatum with 10 to shoot. Over to Flippin. Flippin. Back to Howard, the extra pass off. NBA level 3, and he nailed it. Wow. Range from Dre Huff. Albright. Now Brown to the 10. Can't convert. Rebound Harris. Harris gives it back out to Henson. Henson will reset with 14 to shoot. Jeremiah Henson bumped. And we're going to get another foul, that one against Dre Huff. 16 foul for the Storm. Jalen Wilkerson back in the game for the Storm. And we get a foul off the ball. It's going to be against Tavion Tungiora. Tungiora not happy about it at all. Four fouls against Tungiora. He'll be tasked with a position on the bench after that one. That sends Justin Brown to the line. Brown makes that one.
Justin Brown shoots the bonus shot.
Brown for another one at the line. Makes them both. The free throw shooting has been the difference in this game. 6-point advantage for the Storm. Huff with it. Huff to Tatum. Tatum inside to Howard. Howard had knocked away. Great defense from Bowman. Quante Bowman. The three from Albright, that'll bring the house down. He missed it short. Wilkerson with the board for the Storm. Huff going the other way. He's fouled before he was able to lay it in. Janai Van Holten picks up his fourth. Huff to the line. 1-1 for Huff. It's even 10 minutes on the game clock. Huff makes the first. This free throw can stretch it to 8 if he makes this one. Fouls even at 7 apiece on both sides. That one's short. Rebound is Quante Bowman. Bowman has it up top, swings it over to Van Holten with 4 fouls. Van Holten over to Brown. Albright. Albright kicked it over, extra pass Henson. Henson, 6 to shoot. Jeremiah Henson's got to move. Kicks it over, Brown takes a 3 and nails it. 2 points for Brown. Foot was on the line. 59 to 54. Back and forth we go at the North Campus Gym of Wake Tech. Hosting this NJCAA Region 10 Men's Basketball Division II tournament. Nice move down the lane and a bucket for Lowry. Janai Van Holten gets it down low. Bowman lost it. Huff has space. Huff with a nice pass. The 3 goes for Tatum. Driving the lane, kicking it over to Henson. Henson elevates into a tough 2. Can't finish. Rebound is Tatum. KT Tatum with some great minutes for the Storm. Lowry! The corner 3 couldn't hit it. Rebound goes to Quante Bowman. Bowman takes it the other way for the Cougars. A little bit of a shift in momentum as the Storm able to get the lead back to 10. The 3 doesn't go. That's Van Holten in the corner. Couldn't connect. Under 8 here, 64 to 54. The Storm got punched in the mouth by the Cougars, but they've answered, getting their lead back to 10. Wilkerson driving, kicks it. The 3 for Howard. Nylon. Nigel Howard hasn't done a ton in this game, but when he's taking shots, he's making them. Albright on the other end for the Cougars, kicks it out. That ball dislodged by Huff. Huff down the other end. Dre Huff lacing in for 2. The lead has ballooned back to 15 for the top-seeded Storm. Van Holten with 4 fouls, lucky not to pick up his 5th there as he was physical in the lane. The teardrop bounced in and out. Bowman couldn't get it to go. Howard with speed for the Storm. Howard, teardrop, yes. I want to see Nigel Howard shooting stats because he is on fire. As he extends his team's lead to 17. 71 to 54 with 6:41 to go in the second half. We'll take the timeout with them. Our score 71, Davidson-Davie, 54, Central Carolina. Central Carolina got back in there for a minute, but the Storm asserting their dominance with a run of their own to get the lead back to where they're comfortable manner. 71 to 54. We'll be right back with the final 6:41 after this. Stay tuned. Welcome back here to the Division II Men's Basketball NJCAA Region 10 Tournament. Semifinal game number 1. Our second semifinal will follow after this game. Bryant Stratton versus Catawba Valley Community College. Stay tuned for that one. Our score, some stats at the under 15. Leading scorers for Central Carolina, it's Van Holten with 14 and Henson with 12. For the Storm, you have three players in double figures. Connell Lowry with 13 points and Dre Huff with 12. That one putback is good for Janai Van Holten. Huff has 12 points for the Storm. (71-56) Storm basketball. You see Wilkerson to red hot Nigel Howard, who's made 3 of 3 from the field. Now the kick, Wilkerson, corner 3. That one's short. Rebound Bowman. Bowman tried to pass it over to us, and it's out of bounds. Howard will inbound it from right in front of us. Stewart back in the game with 4. 71-56 Storm lead. Dre Huff has it. Huff, nice play in the middle, but a foul on Howard, against Howard. Cougars a little stout with their defense, but a little too physical there. Eighth team foul. So it'll be Howard to go to the line for the Storm. Albright's going to check back in. He will give Justin Brown a breather. Howard at the line to extend the lead. Makes the front end of the 1-and-1. We'll get another. Nigel Howard, sophomore forward, 6'6", out of Sterling, Virginia. Attended Fairfax Christian School and then attended Division III school, Barton College. Howard made them both. 73-56. 5:44 and counting in the second half. Time now not on the side of the Cougars. Still plenty is possible, but they got to work fast. Darting in the lane and being fouled is Griffin. Griffin inches from getting that ball to roll in, but it rolled off. Howard picks up his third. That sends Alan Griffin to the line. Griffin to shoot 2. Makes the first. The Cougars have been stout from the free throw line all game. Last time I got stats, they were 15 of 18 from the charity stripe. Checking into the game for the first time for Central Carolina is number 21, Savion Pepper, a freshman guard. Griffin at the line. Makes them both. Huff trying to evade the press. It's stolen away by Griffin. Griffin up with it and scoring. A 4-point swing courtesy of Alan Griffin for Central Carolina. The trap, they'll do it again. It worked the first time. Why not? Huff has to get it across. Up to Howard. Howard, baseball pass. Stewart gets it across for the Storm. Stewart skip past Wilkerson, thought about a three, and he's fouled in the lane. Wilkerson went down hard. It looks like he's going to be all right. Savion Pepper picked up his first foul. That sends Jalen Wilkerson to the line for two. Correction, 1-1 here for Wilkerson. He makes the first. He will get two. I was just giving him some luck there. 74-60. This free throw would make it a 15-point advantage for the Storm. As Jalen Wilkerson drains it, the lead is 15 for Davidson-Davie with 5:05 to go. Savion Pepper brings up the floor for the Cougars of Central Carolina. Championship game will be 1 p.m. tomorrow. A lot of work to do for Central Carolina if they want to be part of it. And that was Henson who's fouled and will go to the line for two. Wilkerson picks up his third. Henson at the line. Henson makes the first. Henson had the second one rattle in and out. Lowry tangled up with Griffin, and they get Griffin on a foul. Head coach Brad wants a jump ball. Griffin fouled out there. So that'll be the end of the night for freshman forward out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, Allen Griffin. Lowry to shoot two. Griffin with a decent night for the Cougars. Lowry's second free throw. He makes them both. 76-61. We have a timeout on the floor. 30-second timeout. We'll take a 30-second break for our sponsors to be right back. Our score 76-61 in favor of Davidson-Davie with 4:46 to go in the second half. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Welcome back here. Our score 76-61 in favor of Davidson-Davie over Central Carolina. It will be Central Carolina ball out of the timeout. Van Holten has it. Janai Van Holten swings it over to Chris Whitaker. The three from Pepper doesn't fall. Too much salt on the three. Pepper was able to get it to fall home. Good minutes there from Savion Pepper. He'll check out. Albright. Over to Bowman. Quante Bowman can't get that one to go. One-handed board is Huff. KT Tatum. Long pass to Lowry. Lowry gets it back out. Tatum mirroring head coach Matt Ridge to call out the play. Jalen Wilkerson gets it over to Lowry. Lowry at 9 to shoot. Back up top to Huff. 7 to shoot for Huff. Dre Huff. 5 to shoot. Kicks it over. Howard for 3. Couldn't get the friendly roll. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Cougars. Good play down low from Kyle Lowry. And we have our under 4 media timeout.
On the court.
We will take our under 4 media timeout with them. Our score 76-61 in favor of Davidson-Davie over Central Carolina. A chance for a trip to the championship game on the line. These final 3:51. We'll be right back with more action after this. Stay tuned. Welcome back here. Our score 76-61 in favor of Davidson-Davies. The Storm powered by Dre Huff, who has 18 points in this one. Connell Lowry has 16. Nigel Howard has 16. And Tavion Tungiora has 10 with 4 fouls. Tungiora has the ball now. Tungiora over to Wilkerson. Wilkerson swings it. 3 from Stewart. That one well short. Rebound going the other way. The pass intended for Jacoby Smith, but right off of his fingertips and out of bounds. Trey Huff will check in. Nigel Howard will take a seat. $15-point lead for Davidson-Davie. The Cougars thought about a trap. Instead, they get it now in the front court. KT Tatum all the way in with space, and he got fouled by Reed Albright. Albright, a little bit too much contact there, his first. Tatum at the line to shoot 2. Missed the first. Howard back in the game for the Storm. A little offense defense sub there from head coach Matt Ridge. Tatum makes the second. The lead is 16 for Davidson-Davie. As you see Janai Van Holten with it. Janai Van Holten darting into the lane, puts it up one-handed, left hand. Couldn't get it to go. Bumped. It's Van Holten who bumps Jalen Wilkerson, and Wilkerson will draw the foul. Janai Van Holten, that's his 5th. He's done for the night. Good, well-played game from Janai Van Holten. He gets an ovation from the crowd. Talks to his coach. Wilkerson makes the first.
Number 23, Jalen Wilkerson, 1 shot.
Wilkerson makes them both. 79-61, 2:49 counting left in this one. Henson has it for the Cougars. Henson gets it near side. Smith to Albright. Albright back over. Bowman for the teardrop. Can't get it to go. Second chance and a good offensive rebound from Albright. He skips it in. The three, too short for Justin Brown. And we have a foul that will send the Storm back to the line. The Storm trying to pad their points per game stat and avoid any crazy injuries with 2:24 left to go in this second half. It's not over till it's over, but it's a high mountain to climb if you're the Cougars. As Howard makes the first from the line.
In for the Cougars 24, Chris Bell.
Chris Bell back in the game for Central Carolina. Howard makes them both. Henson brings it the other way for the Cougars. Jeremiah Henson looking for space. Can't find any. Great defense from Jalen Wilkerson. Now the three is good. Great shot from the top of the key from Jacoby Smith. Wilkerson back to Howard. He'll slow it down. Dane Stewart will go to the line. It looks like the Coastal Central Carolina will elect to foul and try to extend the game. Stewart misses the first. Stewart makes the second, 1 or 2 from the charity stripe for Dane Stewart. Albright. Albright swings it over to Henson. Henson gets in the lane and he is fouled. No basket. But it's going to be a blocking foul called on KT Tatum. So Henson will go to the line for free throws. Tatum committed the infraction. That's his third. Henson makes the first.
Jeremiah Henson, 1 shot.
Henson makes the second lane violation against Jacoby Smith. So that basket won't count. 82-65, Davidson-Davie. 144 away from another trip to the championship game. Outlet pass. Stewart slams it home. And that gets the crowd fired up. That's a football play. Football level pass and a slam to boot. 84-65. That'll bring us to a timeout. We'll take it with them. Wish I had a replay after that one. We'll be right back. 84-65. We'll be right back with the final of 139 in this first semifinal matchup. Stay tuned. 84-65. Welcome back here for our final 138. Albright has it for the Cougars. Reed Albright. High pass into Brown. Brown puts it up, can't convert. Second chance opportunity, scores. Justin Brown gets 2 for the Cougars. They just got to get the ball in. They can't. We're going to get a timeout. Or a foul right out of the inbounds play. So that will send the Storm to the line. In the game for the first time for the Storm is number 32, Marquise Jones. He's a freshman guard, 6'3", out of Norfolk, Virginia. Attended Norview High School. He's in the game for the Storm. At the line is number 10, Elijah Newsom, freshman guard, 6'3", out of Wilson, North Carolina. Attended Wilson Prep High School. He is shooting 2, misses the first one. 84-67, Davidson-Davie on their way to punching a ticket to the championship game, something they're familiar with. Empty trip for Newsom. The other end, Henson is fouled. And he goes down hard and grabs his left foot. We hope he's okay. He's back up, probably just a stinger. He's going to walk it off. Henson will go to the line to shoot 2 after taking the hard fall, after the hard foul. With just over a minute to go in this one, 113, 84-67. The lead, plenty for Davidson-Davie. We're going to take a quick post game and just wrap it up and get on to our next semifinal as the show moves on here in the North Campus gym of Lake Tech. Henson made the first. Henson missed the second, rebounds Huff. Huff will bring it back, and they're going to foul again. And I think the Cougars are going to foul to the end. As Huff goes to the line. In the game for the Cougars is number 54, Chris McDuffie, as Huff makes the first. BJ Temple in the game for the Cougars as well. Huff makes them both. Albright will inbound it for the Cougars. Albright gets it over to Temple. Temple has Smith wide open. Smith, baseline 3. Couldn't get that one to go. Rebound. And they're going to foul again with 57.1. Third foul against Smith. That sends Cam Flippin, freshman guard out of Greensboro, North Carolina, attended the Burlington School, to the line. Flippin makes the first. Again, we're just going to dive into post-game, say our final score, and I can get stats and stuff in the next game. Flippin makes them both. Albright will bring it up to 4 for the Cougars. Albright over to Chris Bell. Chris Bell in the lane, puts it up. Ball on the floor, stolen away, and a layup is good for the Cougars at 46.6. Marquise Jones has it for the Storm. He'll dribble it out. 38 to go. 38 seconds. That pass way off the mark. It's out of bounds. It will be Cougars ball. Albright brings it up the floor, dishes it off to Temple. Temple with 27 seconds gets it over to McDuffie. McDuffie back to Temple, 20 to go. Temple in the lane, kicks it over. Baseline drive, kick, Temple. Extra pass. 13 to shoot, 10 to go. The three off the mark from Smith. On the other end, it's going to be a layup for Flippin. 5 seconds to go, and that'll be it. Our final score, 90 to 70. Davidson-Davie, you punched your ticket to the championship game tomorrow. Another chance to defend the title. 90 to 70, our final score. We'll be right back. That's about it. Good season. Congratulations to the Central Carolina Cougars. 17-13 overall, 14-8 in conference play. Good season to them, and you will see the Davidson-Davie Storm in the championship game tomorrow. I'm Jonathan Hudson. We'll be right back in about 20 minutes with the start of our second semifinal between Brighton Stratton and Catawba Valley Community College. Again, our final score, 90 to 70. Davidson-Davie advances to the championship game. Thank you for listening, and have a good night.